chat. There's my chat. There's that chat. This could probably come over a little bit. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Did 5 hours? Yeah, I've been with kids all day. I did my videos in the morning, but you know, the unfortunate part about me is I'm just like an amazing, awesome dad, unfortunately. So I have to spend a ton of time with my kids because they're obsessed with me. You know, it's tough. Mute it. I'm probably muted on TikTok. Probably change my output. Okay. Let's see. There it is. Audio mixer, microphone, quadcast device not connected, not available. Weird. Classic TikTok. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I said no. I said unfortunately, I'm just an awesome, amazing father who was spending all day with my kids. I got up early. I got my actually I didn't post my reels or shorts that early this morning. I was with them this morning, and then I did that at nap time. Now we're talking potential Tropical Storm Bertha and some severe weather. I'm looking at this bad boy right now, though. First run of some of the hurricane models. I know. Isn't it exciting? She's spinning. That's for sure. She's spinning. You know what I mean? I feel like this music is really loud. She is definitely spinning. That is for sure. Let's see if I can do this. Give me a second, guys. Why doesn't this get... a little bit more. No. Ugh. That's annoying. All right, 1 second. That's annoying. That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna let some people hop in here. We're gonna talk about stuff. Hope you're doing good, Mezzo Matthew. Got to get the low level center to align, yeah. With the middle level. Stack up the bit. Yep. Yep. Well, a couple things look good on this. One, for sure, the southeastern quadrant. Look at the way these clouds are fluffing out here. So you're getting a good flow off the southeastern quadrant, off the southwestern quadrant and the southeastern quadrant. And look at this big plume of moisture that's about to get pulled into the storm up here from the north. This could wrap around the system tonight. The storm is tapping into this moisture up in the southeast now. Waters are very warm here in the Gulf, well above average. That's the one thing this thing has going for it. It's sitting over a hot tub right now, so there's a million different things that a tropical system, you know this, Matt. There's a million different things that a tropical cyclone needs to form, but number one, bar none, number one is water temperature, and it's over a hot tub. So, with waters this warm, sometimes it'll fight off shear and dry air. Just because it's a freaking Energizer bunny under here, shoving hot moisture up into the center of the low. Wow, that sounded wrong. Wow. Am I covering today's just? Yeah, we're gonna go over it. I'm not doing a full live stream. Hanging out with my wife tonight, and I've been with the kids all day. But we are going to talk about the severe weather. I'll get started in about 60 seconds. We're going to talk about the severe weather. All the good stuff. Let's take a look at the live radar right now. Oops. Oh no, did I just mess up everything I had set up? Well, gosh darn it. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's reset our settings. 12 hours, I like that. And let's have this radar set up to MRMS, and we need discussions on, watches on, warnings on. We'll have this bad boy up here. There we go. And then we'll have the satellite here. Okay. Actually, you know what I should do? I should do this. And then, give me a second. I'm reorganizing some stuff before we get started. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. There needs to be a better way to do this. There we go. I need the satellite to be smooth. And then I can just transition over to my other screen. Huh. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set this bad boy up too. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up my right screen too so I can easily transition. Yep. There we go. Let's put that right there. All right. Now we got the right and the left screen. Okay. That'll have to do for now. All right. Let's get started. What's going on, everyone? Am I not streaming? I have nothing in my Restream chat. Am I not streaming on Restream right now? Am I live anywhere other than TikTok? Let me just double check before I actually start, because am I live on YouTube? Am I live on YouTube right now? Someone's in my stream on YouTube. Say what's up. Hey, I got remonetized on TikTok. They took my they took me out of the creator rewards program for having low quality content again. You guys ever seen my content? It's probably the polar opposite of low quality. Okay, I am live on YouTube. I think we're just a little slow over there. Oh, what the heck? Oh no, we're good. No, we're good. What's up, YouTube? I just don't see anything in my chat, but maybe no. Yeah, okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, there you go. You're streaming, just not a lot of people. Okay, okay. I'd rather that than it not be working. Just you and 3 people. That's fine. I'd rather that than it not be working. Okay. Sub 980 into Louisiana on the H Wharf. I didn't look at the H Wharf yet. Oh, yes. Let's, you know what? Let's start with the tropics. Tropical tidbits. We love tropical tidbits. Why? It was founded by a student at Florida State. Go Knowles. Yeah, other than that, it's just a great source. Okay. H Wharf. What is this? Invest 91L, right? No. Yes. Okay. If you guys didn't know, these different letters represent different areas of different oceans. I think E is Pacific, right? This is somewhere out in the Pacific. Eastern Pacific, is that what it is? And is like W Western Pacific, and then what's L? But I know L is those are our storms. Those are our storms. Those are our invests. So here we go. Here's the H Wharf. 985. Right towards good old Louisiana, New Orleans. Okay. So there's the H Wharf. We'll look at the H Wharf parent. We don't have it. Let's look at the HMON Invest 91L. Let's see if I can remember what these stand for. Hurricane Weather Research Forecasting System. I know that one. HMON is oh my god, I know all of these. It's been my brain always struggles to remember between hurricane seasons. HMON, can someone remind me what the HMON stands for? I know HAF stands for Hurricane Analysis Forecasting System, and then HWRF is Hurricane Weather Research Forecasting System. What's HMON? I can't remember HMON. Okay, let's look at the HAFZA, because the HAFZA is a good model. HMON is terrible, so who cares, right? Yeah, I never use it. That's probably why I can't remember that one. Here's the HAVS. The HAVS is a pretty decent one, but it's not doing much. I can't blame it, honestly. HAVS B, let's take a look at it. Here's our HAVS B. Not much. Not much. From the HAVS A or the HAVS B. But the HWRF, we're seeing something there. We're seeing a hurricane on the HWRF. So, no serious severe thunderstorms right now, so we're good on that front. Let me just take a look off screen here and see if we got anything. Tornado warning in Alberta, Canada, but we probably do not even have a good radar for that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wait, what is this? Matt, What does that look like to you? Holy smokes. Rocky Mountain House, Canada. The odds I have someone in my stream right now from Rocky Mountain House, Canada is very small. But if there is anyone in my stream in Rocky Mountain House, Canada, take shelter immediately. This looks like, this is the craziest looking low quality cell I've ever seen. Look at this thing. That's a freaking beam. That is a, look at that. You have your nice inflow region. We could actually have a tornado on the ground right here. That's a hook. Right, man? That's a hook. We're not going to get a high quality radar, but that looks mean. That looks mean on the... Is this... I guess this is nearest radar. It's not MRMS, but it's like the same quality as MRMS. Yeah. Dang. All right, I'm going to have to do some research on Rocky Mountain House later on tonight to see what happened, because we're not going to have a great radar there, but interesting. Did not expect to see that hook up there. Anyways, back to the tropics. Yeah, the H-Wharf sees a hurricane going into Louisiana, southern Mississippi, potentially. It's possible. The waters are super warm. The one thing that I think is going to stop that from happening is... A drum roll, please. We've got a lot of shear up north. We've got a northwesterly flow. If it dips any further, it's going to shear off the top of the system as it moves into the coast. Here's the 500 millibar. All right. There's our system right here. And then look at this getting ready to dip down. Ready? There it is. This is close enough to begin to take off the top of this storm, especially, or the northern sector of this storm. And then you see on the GFS, the storm dissipates. You lose your circulation. You lose your low. You actually do have a low there. You can't really see because the Gulf is there, but boom, you lose that low as soon as this shear begins to dip down. Our jet stream begins to dip down. So this storm doesn't have a lot of time. Doesn't have a lot of time. But could it undergo super fast intensification into a Cat 1, Cat 2 and move inland? Possibly. Possibly. I think a tropical storm or category 1 landfall is possible. Yeah. Yeah, somewhere out here. Because even if it moves too far out west too, it's still gonna have its northeastern quadrant sheared off. So it needs to make landfall quickly somewhere out here, and it could make landfall in one of these areas as a Cat 1 tropical storm for sure. But right, it's struggling. It has incredibly warm waters, but everything else is working against it. That storm that was in western PA just jumped over our house with only rain. Yeah, I'm looking at that off screen. Yeah, just it's a 60 mile per hour winds and with most of these severe thunderstorms right now, and 3/4 inch hail, so nothing crazy. Mesoscale discussion over New York City and Long Island. No EF1 tornadoes possible, 55 to 70 mile per hour winds possible. Hail up to 1.25 inches. Oh, I still got my crayon from Chili's. Went to Chili's with the kids. Did a little coloring, you know what I mean? Mesoscale discussion. Central to eastern. Central Ohio out towards western PA. Same thing. EF1 tornadoes possible, 55 to 70 mile per hour winds. 1.25 inch hail. Pretty boring stuff. We'll watch. Yeah, but anyways, that's interesting. We've got some stuff happening out here in the Pacific too. Shocker. Oh, this is looking... Okay, this is the most impressive... This is visually the most impressive tropical storm I've ever seen. It's... Look how beautiful this is. And it's just a tropical storm. That is a very, very, very nice looking tropical cyclone. But only got winds of 70 miles per hour right now. Almost a hurricane, 4 miles away from a category 1 hurricane. It's moving up into cooler waters though. And you can see these very clearly. Here's your rotation right there. And you got another rotation right here. Those will probably both become tropical cyclones. We'll see. The one in front has a better chance because the one behind it could get sheared off the one in front. But this one has... We'll move into some clear air. What's happening out in the Eastern Atlantic? And I'm going to take some questions in a second. Tropical Atlantic, MDR. Let's take a look. I got to get this loading. Give me a second. Come on. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. I should just have convection up. Shortwave. Yeah, I should. Or infrared up. Look at all of this dust. We've had more dust than I've ever seen come off of the continent of Africa. This hurricane season, it's incredible. You've got two areas of low. You've got a low pressure here. You got a low pressure here. And we have no area of concern from the National Hurricane Center. Very clearly, very obviously, a low pressure right here. Very obviously a low pressure right here. There's your cyclone. No areas of concern. We could get one or two here in the next 24 hours. Although, actually, probably not here. This is very close to the equator. Storms down here struggle. It needs to move north. I'd be surprised if we didn't get one right here. Although it's wrapped in Saharan dust, so maybe not. I guess maybe that's what they're looking at. By the way, we've got Canadian wildfire smoke in the middle of the Atlantic. Look at this. That's some from Ontario, some from Saskatchewan, the Northwestern Territories. Look, it's all out in the middle of the Atlantic now. I'm glad I can remember my Canadian provinces now. That's good. But this is what we're watching. Okay, I want to go over a couple things too before I get to questions. Multiple days of severe weather ahead. Obviously, we have an enhanced today. We also have a slight and marginal up there. Portions of the Northern Plains, Northern Rockies. Slight risk. The portions of the upper Midwest, Northern Plains tomorrow, and then down here in the Southeast, we've got a slight risk out there through portions of North Carolina and Southern Virginia. Enhanced Monday. This is a day 3 enhanced. So you better bet a moderate's possible if the Storm Prediction Center sees a day 3, level 3 at a 5 risk. So Minneapolis, Marquette, Milwaukee, Des Moines, and everyone else in and around that area, because this risk zone could expand, could move a little bit. What's going on, everyone? What's going on, lady? What's going on, Dark Knight? What's going on, Fairy? What's going on, B? What's going on, Jasmine? What's going on, Morgan? Yeah, this could expand. This could grow for sure. Let's take a quick look at what this actually looks like. Let's go. We'll just quickly go to our Rufus model because it'll let us see out far enough. And move over to the 500 millibar. There you go. Here's the latest and greatest. Start day 3. So this is going to be Saturday, Sunday. This is going to be Monday. Okay. So Monday. There you go. There's all your short waves. Honestly, the Rufus has, it looks like the severe threat focused over Iowa. Let's take a look. Let's move over to reflectivity. Yep. Look at that. You can tell exactly where the storms are forming based off of where the short waves are. Ready? See all these little crinkles in your isobars? And then you go back and that's exactly where the storms are. Look at that. Perfect. So that's why we watch the short waves on our 500 and 850 millibar jet. It's also more accurate than a future reflectivity. But yeah, I mean, the Rufus has the worst storms definitely focused through portions of Iowa here. But again, we don't know. It's too early. This could shift north. This could shift south. And then some strong storms through the UP of Michigan, northern Michigan as well. And then getting aggressive down through Missouri and portions of central and southern Illinois the next day as well. And then kind of aggressive out towards the mid-Atlantic once again on Tuesday. Is the HRRR going to show us far enough out? It'll get close, but it won't show us all the way out. We can look at the 18Z 48 hours out. Let's take a look. Getting into Monday morning, Monday afternoon, there's nothing there. But that's okay, because once again, even though we have nothing popping up on the composite reflectivity, we can look at our jet stream, and you can see this is where our short waves are going to develop on the HRRR. You can already see them starting to form along this boundary right there, or along these isobars right here. So the HRRR is going to put, likely, if it stays like this with the 12, or the 00Z is likely going to put our storms further to the north than the Rufus. And I trust the HRRR more than the Rufus. So I'll be watching, at least as of now, probably this region for Monday. But we'll see. Tomorrow we'll actually get some good stuff out here too. Tomorrow we'll actually get a better look at this, obviously. What's our low-level jet doing? Some weird stuff. It could be a spicy day. What the heck? Hi, welcome to the party. What am I looking at? 850 on the HRRR? 48 hours out? What does this look like? Sea level pressure. Huh. HRRR is doing some nice things to this. Let's look at the Rufus. Yeah, the Rufus takes this into Louisiana as a tropical storm or Category 1 hurricane. Potentially. Probably a tropical storm. Gets it down to 983 millibars, too. That's Cat 1 hurricane if the Rufus is right. The HRRR strengthens a little bit, too, so it agrees with the H-Wharf. But here comes your shear. Fun stuff. Last thing I want to talk about before I get to questions is big cooldowns about to be here. You can't even see it on here because now it's too far. Oh, God, the west is going to get hot. But here, let's look at... Here, well, yeah, let's take a look at... We'll take a look at the GFS temperature anomalies. Watch this. Here we go. Boom. Tuesday into Wednesday. Little summer cold front. Look at this. Widespread temperatures. 10, 15 to 20 degrees below average. From portions of the plains out through the Ohio Valley into the Northeast for portions of the upper Midwest, Great Lakes region. Then the next day, a lot of those cool temperatures stick around. Casually 23 degrees below average at Davenport. Thursday into Friday. A lot of this is going to be dynamic cooling. This looks like a low pressure system over Missouri. A lot of this is going to be dynamic. But this doesn't look fun at all for Kansas, Oklahoma, portions of Colorado, and Nebraska. But that's far out. That could change. But this cold air is coming. This cold blast is coming. We're only about 4 or 5 days away from at least 2 to 3 days of well below average air for a lot of us out east. Okay. Oh, if any of you want to see what's happening with the wildfire smoke, I know that's a thing. Weatherfront just added this, and it's awesome. Here you go. Wildfire smoke. Here is the forecast. Let's go to the 22Z. Here's the forecast. Here's going into 6 a.m. tonight. So, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, it's about to get much worse. Pennsylvania, it's about to get much worse. About to push back west into Minnesota, Iowa, potentially even down towards northern Kentucky, northern West Virginia. Maryland, out towards Jersey, Delaware, into northeastern or eastern. Missouri, here it comes. And then if we go and we actually take a look at the 18Z, there it is. Chicago's just going to be stuck in the center of this for like 3 days. Finally, maybe a break. Now, there's a couple reasons I think this smoke moves out on Wednesday. One, there's a bunch of rain moving over Canada. I think it's going to help the fires a lot. We have a bunch of downpours that are about to move in where a lot of these fires are in portions of northeastern Minnesota and then Ontario.
Mommy's locked out.
You locked mommy out?
Yeah.
Wait 1 second. I think my kids locked my wife outside. Fisher locked me and Sawyer outside. Okay. 1 second. Fisher, she's locked out because you locked her out. All right. I love how he came in saying, Daddy, Mommy's locked out. He's the one who locked her out. Oh, Chrissy, I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Shout out, Chrissy. Of course Mommy's locked out, buddy. You locked her out. Oh my gosh. Anyways, bunch of rainfall. And then winds are going to help move whatever smoke remains. All right, cool. I'm done. I'm done blabbing. Does anyone have questions? I know you don't want to hear me blab anymore. By the way, 40% chance of this tropical low going through TCG, tropical cyclogenesis, in the next 7 days. 30% chance of having a tropical cyclone on our hand in the next 2 days in the Gulf. I'm sure you all kept up. Just a question. Do you think Rickman, Tennessee will probably get the smoke or no? It could. The Rufus brings the smoke down across almost towards middle to southern Kentucky. So if you do get some, it probably won't be terrible though. If you do get some, it won't be terrible. You know? Good evening, Purple. Good evening. Guys, I'm like 70% done with my top 10 weather myths video. So I hope I can post it Monday. My goal is to post it Monday around probably 4 p.m. Like I said, I'm doing all my forecasting and everything through Reels and Shorts now. And then once a week, one to two times a week, usually once a week, but sometimes 2 times a week, I'll be posting like fun, interesting, long format videos like what actually is El Nino? Top 10 weather myths. Way too early winter forecast. Is Tornado Alley actually shifting? Just like, I don't know. I like making longer format videos and I want to cover interesting topics and stuff like that. So I'll keep all the forecasting for shorts and reels and live streams, and I'll do fun content for my full-length videos on YouTube. What's going on, Charles? I feel like it's been a while. Sure, Canadians are over the fires. Yeah, I know. Everyone's always like in my comments on my videos, like Canadians are poisoning us, and I'm like, well, they're poisoning themselves too. Then, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they've got it worse. There's people that are in Canada that are to the southeast of these fires that are getting it worse. I don't think this is some grand conspiracy to poison U.S. Americans, because a lot of the smoke is going over major cities in Canada. I mean, you guys don't think Toronto's had it pretty bad? I mean, I want to say like 60% of their population lives right here. That's where all the smoke is in Canada. So a much larger percentage of Canadians are a much larger percentage, not a larger amount because they have less people, but a larger percentage of Canadians are dealing with the wildfire smoke than Americans. It amazes me how the smoke can reach down that so far. Yeah, I mean, well, look at it. The smoke is, I showed it earlier, but the smoke is over the central Atlantic. I mean, look, this is Saharan dust. We have Saharan dust over in Mexico from Africa. Once this, the stuff gets, once there's enough of it and it gets up into the atmosphere, it'll travel with the winds. You know what I mean? It'll go. Let's see. Let me know if you guys have any more questions. I'm not gonna be on that much longer. I just wanted to get on and do some, forecast updates. And yeah, like I said, new video coming on YouTube soon, and then I'll have a bunch of updates in the morning as well. Hopefully tomorrow is the last bad day of smoke for the majority of people. Some people will have it Tuesdays or Monday as well, but for the majority of people, hopefully tomorrow's the last worst day, or the last bad day. I feel like this time is worse than 2023 with the smoke in PA. Yeah, I was in PA in 2023. That was pretty bad. I don't know if I'm not there right now though, so I don't know what was worse, but yeah, it was pretty bad. I remember going outside when I was living in Levittown, and I was just to the north of Philly, and yeah, I was literally, my eyes were burning. I was coughing. I felt like I was inside a house that was on fire. That was really bad one day. Like, my throat was hurting. I was shocked. I didn't realize that smoke could be that bad from a fire so far away until then. What's going on with the storm in the south? In South Jersey, they predict storms all day, but it barely rained. Yeah, because when there's severe weather, when there's storms, unless it's a big bulk of tropical moisture, not everyone's going to see it. So let me actually do something. 1 second. That should be good. Yeah, so you can see you've got storms here and here and here and here, but they're not, there's areas that aren't in rain. I mean, that's just how it is. I thought we'd have more of a consolidated squall line. Didn't really consolidate. We do have a tornado warning just to the west of State College, and there's actually a little decent hook in here. So let's take a deeper look at this. Look at that. You could have a tornado on the ground. Warriors Mark. Warriors Mark. Tyrone. Bar. Port Matilda. Pine Grove. Get ready. If this is not on the ground, it may be soon. Get to the lowest level in your home. Storm shelter if you can get one quickly. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Stay away from windows. Nice little hook here on the radar. There's your inflow. If you have something on the ground, it's probably right about there. There's your couplet. Not the most defined couplet I've ever seen, but there is a very defined CC drop, actually, exactly where that couplet is, which concerns me, which makes me think maybe it is on the ground. So treat it like this is on the ground because it could be. Is this radar? It's observed. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. After looking at this CC drop, that looks like it's on the ground. And it is, in fact, observed. So observe tornado, take shelter immediately if you're out ahead of this thing. And this is right out to the west of State College, PA. That's why you can't forget to check correlation coefficient. It'll tell you if it's on the ground. It won't, well, it'll almost always tell you if it's on the ground. It won't always tell you if it's close to touching down. You won't always get a debris signature if it's not actually connected to the surface. Can I cover Connecticut? What's going on in Connecticut? Let's see. What is going on in Connecticut? Some strong storms in Connecticut. Nothing severe, though. You don't even have a severe thunderstorm watch anymore, so. Heavy downpours throughout the night. Small hail. Maybe some gusty conditions, but you're probably going to be good. Far southwestern Connecticut, you're actually, I shouldn't say that. Far southwestern Connecticut, Bridgeport towards Stamford, which I guess is probably one of the most populated areas of Connecticut. You are under mesoscale discussion still, only for another 20 minutes, but EF1 tornadoes possible, 55 to 70 mile per hour winds, and then an inch quarter hail. But this stuff's going to drop off soon. Yeah, I mean, we could see another hour or two of potential bad weather out here. Maybe 3 for some areas, but it's not looking too dangerous. Except for right here. West of State College. Again, Tyrone, Warriors Mark, Port Matilda, everyone in between, and everyone just out to the southeast of that, this area, right out towards State College. Take shelter. It's very likely a tornado on the ground. You can see it on the CC drop. It's right there. Right there. It's right there. You can see, boom, there's the couplet. There's the rotation. There's the debris signature. So it looks like it's not very strong. I'd guess this is like an EF0, EF1. It'll still do tree damage, roof damage. You don't want to be caught outside in it. Take shelter. Don't be a dummy. Interesting. Got to be any more storms in southern Jersey? Probably. Yeah. Yeah, these storms are heading out east. You'll get more storms later tonight. A couple hours. Southern Jersey. I don't expect anything too severe, but stay updated. It's possible. I mean, I'm just wondering where this hurricane or tropical storm will be heading towards. Most models think it's going to float up to the northwest. So, most models expect it to kind of float up to up in this general vicinity, you know? But there it is. I'm just curious. That's it. You can do it. Yeah. So we're watching Panhandle of Florida, Southern Alabama, Southern Mississippi, and Louisiana, really. I think if it gets too far out to the... Well, I mean, if it snuck out west under the jet stream, you can see this jet. This is shear that's coming to destroy this potential tropical cyclone. If it sneaks south like this, say it takes a little route and it drops south and it goes like this and it doesn't, and it sneaks under the shear, who knows? Maybe you actually do get a strengthening system that moves into Texas. There's not really any models that see that, though. I mean, the furthest west most models will take it is out towards, like, most models bring it in somewhere here. I'd say the majority are looking at this area right here. Southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, really Panama City Beach, out towards New Orleans, but we'll see. It's very unorganized right now, so which is hard. Or a strong, organized systems react to steering currents different than weak systems. Weak systems are affected more by atmospheric steering currents. Strong systems are affected more by atmospheric steering currents, and weak systems like this aren't affected as much. Because when it's weak and unorganized, you could have what we think is a steering current pull off some of the tops of the clouds and whatever, but then your actual low stays there. If you have a strong, compact system and it runs into, you know, a westerly flow, that's gonna really drag it off to the east or north and northeast. This is unorganized. It's not very strong, which means it's not gonna have as significant. The steering currents that are happening in the atmosphere around it aren't going to be able to tug and pull on it as much as if it were stronger. If it intensifies quickly and drops below 990, 980, and we suddenly get a tropical storm category 1, the models will have a much better idea of where it's going. It's easier to predict a strong tropical cyclone, the path of a strong tropical cyclone, than a weak one. Yeah, ride him, cowboy. Thank you, Morgan. Thanks. That was late, wasn't it? Is Florida going to get hit? Well, regardless of if Florida gets hit, it's going to see a lot of rain, a lot of tropical moisture from the system, and you've got a lot of vorticity, a lot of spin in the atmosphere. So you're going to have elevated chances. You're going to have an elevated chance for some spin of some tornadoes, most of which would probably be of the weak variety, but still, and a lot of tropical downpours. So you're going to have, Florida's going to have impacts regardless of if it makes a landfall there or not. It could make a landfall in the Panhandle. Yeah, you've got some storms on the way, moving towards Philly. It's going to be a little bit. Is Monday going to be significant? Yeah, you know, you got a day 3 enhanced on Monday, right? So anytime there's a day 3 enhanced, a moderate's always on the table. If the SPC sees a 3 out of 5 risk 3 days out, at least I'd say according to them. So we looked it up. The Rufus and HRRR show a nice jet with some nice short waves developing. Rufus puts the severe weather further south through Iowa. HRRR looks like it's going to put it a little bit further north through central to southern Minnesota, at least southern Minnesota, and then portions of central to southern Wisconsin, out through northern Illinois. We'll see. Tomorrow we're going to get our HRRR 48-hour model in, and we'll be able to see what happens. All right, everyone. I just wanted to get on, do a little forecasting, hang out. I'll be posting more forecasting videos tomorrow morning and shorts and reels. Then I have a full-length YouTube video on top 10 weather myths that everyone's wrong about. Coming out on probably Monday on my YouTube channel. Connor's Climate Corner. You can also join Connor's Climate Corner on Discord for daily updates. Although I've been super busy and it's been very tough to keep that thing updated daily, but I'm trying my best. One last thing before I get off, just a reminder. We do have an observed tornado. Did they actually lift this? Oh, no, they didn't lift it. They didn't lift it. Alerts got turned off. There's no way they lifted that. There's got to be an issue with alerts. I mean, it has fallen apart. So I don't think we have a tornado on the ground anymore, but there's still a little bit of a hook in here. So, yeah, there's still rotation here. There should be a severe thunderstorm, or at least warning here. Tor pause. Bald Eagle, Warriors mark, watch out. But it's fallen apart a little bit. It looks like all the warnings have just dropped off the map. Or no, there's some severe thunderstorm warnings down there. That's weird. All right. Appreciate all you. I will talk to you guys. I might get on for a little bit tomorrow just because I want to discuss what's happening in the upper Midwest on Monday, you know, since I live up here and everything. Also, this could be interesting. Pretty populated area out here. Charlotte to Virginia Beach, Raleigh in there, Research Triangle. Oops, sorry, there you go. This could be an interesting day as well, so might have to get back on tomorrow, but I will be posting videos about this, especially Monday, tomorrow morning. All right. right. Love you all. Have a good evening. Thank you, Mons. See ya.